Hi guys, so it's been a shockingly long time since I've done a tarot reading. I have neglected my deck for a long time, so I decided it's time to rectify that. I've missed my tarot. I actually asked my parents to bring my deck for me from the UK when they came to visit, and also I'm going to be returning soon and obviously taking my deck with me. But yeah, I just realized that actually what made me realize that I've neglected it is I unexpectedly got a request for a reading. So I got someone booked in to for an hour reading with me. Which is really nice, and that made me realize, wait, I haven't done a reading for like a general collective reading or a reading for myself or any reading at all, or even touched my tarot for such a long time. So I decided, right, today's the day. Very interesting, but not entirely unexpected considering what I've been going through for the last couple of weeks. Oops, that's a lot. So hilarious that came out as I said that. Oh, let me just show you. And also this, also significant, but significant, and very significant. Okay, so you've seen all the cards. Okay, so the first two cards that came out were Deception and Envy and Moving On. And the reason I said that's significant is because for the last couple of days, couple of weeks, I've been going through hell in terms of mental health, and also the blue around the edges signify mental, like it's all about mental warfare, spiritual attacks, those kind of things, and it's been hell, and I just came out of that, and this is sort of telling me the reason is because there's a lot of deception and envy around me, which, to be honest, is really not a surprise, I know, and that's why I'm very selective about who I give my time and access to, but still sometimes you have to take one for the team. And yes, I'm talking about my spiritual team and myself, obviously. And then Moving On is showing that I'm actually coming out of that. And then, funnily enough, as soon as I was like, oh, I think I know what that means, this came out, which is the third eye chakra. So that was just telling me, yep, your intuition is spot on. And then this came out, solar plexus chakra, which is related to your creativity, and also it's a doing. So this is, I see through the deception and envy. I see through the veils, the masks, illusions. And then we've got the solar plexus chakra, which is basically I take action, and that is basically what because I'm after what happened, I realized, oh, actually because I know that when I'm going through something that bad, I always know it's because right afterwards there's going to be a big change, a big sorry, I need to put Do Not Disturb mode on because I keep getting notifications and it is very distracting because I can't help read them, and then I start thinking about it. This is what happens when you got ADHD, and also in general, it's not just ADHD. Anyways, solar plexus chakra is the doing card. I was saying that what was I saying, for God's sake? Yes, I know that it usually, this kind of, when it's that bad, the spiritual warfare, I know it's because I'm about to take a big leap forward, and that's basically what happened in terms of my business plans, my overall mood, the way I see myself, the way I feel, my mental health. So it's kind of just nice to get a confirmation that yes, it's all right, because I didn't have a clear plan when I started this reading. I was just shuffling before I started. While I was thinking, but as soon as I started shuffling, all of this came out. So obviously this is the reading that I'm meant to be doing. I'm sorry I'm not looking at both the cameras because I'm recording on the iPad as well. So yes, okay. And then these three kind of came out. So there's actually this, this came first. This was upside down. But I don't really pay a lot of attention to it being upside down. So triumph and success. I mean, sometimes yes, sometimes no. Trapped in fear. And then this was right way up, spiritual strength. And it's one of my favorite cards. Let's go one by one. So triumph and success, obviously it sort of is, I don't know. I think I understand why these were upside down, both of them. It's because my success is upside down because this is where I've been. This is where I've been. This is why I was trapped in success. My success was trapped. Why I was feeling stuck, because this is how I was for the last, trapped in fear is how I was for the last 2 weeks. And that's what was blocking me from sort of taking action, moving forward, and getting to this. So I think that's why those two came out upside down, but now it's shifted, as I said. And then this is basically what I rely on, because ultimately spirituality is what I lean on because as a human I am limited, but as someone who believes in something more, whatever that may be. I mean, I believe in God, but I also believe in all the gods. I believe God is, and nature and love is all is one, is what I believe. I just believe there is something out there, and that can take many faces. But I know that there is something beyond this 3D existence, and that's what this shows. This card shows that we have a 3D existence and a 5D existence. The 3D is the monk in the robes. 5D is the real spiritual strength, because that's what we are, beyond the confines of our mortal body. That was a very interesting reading. And it's funny because I wasn't even ready to start the reading. I was just shuffling because it's been a while. I was just trying to get back into that kind of mindset, the right mindset to do a reading, because it's been such a long time. Nice. And it's so funny because this card, I actually thought I lost it, because the last couple of times I did readings, I couldn't find it anywhere, and I actually thought I lost it somewhere on the Isle of Wight. And I've been through this entire deck several times looking for this card, and it has never been there, and now it's here. Isn't that funny? Okay, a little bit of homework for anyone interested. Look at this picture, and then let me know in the comments, or by private message if you don't want to make a public comment, whatever you want, which Hindu god this refers to. And if you are interested, I mean, not refers to, sorry, what I meant is may remind you, because there's a god in Hindu mythology who is half man, half lion, and it's very interesting. So yeah, let me know. Alright guys, until next time. Let me actually use this instead of going like that. That's the whole reason I put this next to me, but I keep forgetting. Alright guys, bye, take care. If it works.